I'm Phil.
And I'm Angelina.
With our husky Lightning and a lot of wildlife around us, we live in this fairy tale chateau in France.
We love bringing this neglected castle back to life inside.
And we've got the vast grounds and parkland to take care of as well.
We love the moat, but it brings some challenges with it.
But it's all worth it when we get to share it with everyone at our live music events.
Follow the ups and downs of our chateau life. Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel of Chateau Life. I hope you're all having a great start to 2022, and we have kicked it off with a great exciting video for all of you.
Yes, so we'd love to start the new year in a good way, and we had a visitor who views the channel come and see us the other day. Hi Trevor. And one of the things that he said was he knew the rooms, but he was very confused from watching the videos as to where they were in relation to the house. So we thought, as also a lot has changed in the house since we ever started YouTube, we thought we'd show you where the rooms are in relation to the house, so you all understand what we're doing a little bit better, and you get to see what the place is like.
Yeah, exactly. And so here it is, the update 2022 Chateau Tour. The driveway starts at the beginning of the main road where we've got this beautiful Chateau de Boyeul sign. And after a long sweeping driveway, you arrive to this place, our first set of gates. Follow me through and I'll show you what is behind me. This is our first garden. We call this the chapel garden. This has two driveways, one to the side of the chateau and one to the front. And I'll tell you exactly why we call this a chapel garden, because we actually got a beautiful chapel here. And here it is. Isn't it beautiful and magnificent? It's amazing to have your own chapel. I love this garden. And in front of the chapel we have these beautiful trees which are pollarded, and they make a really nice shape here, giving a little bit of shade and just enough sunlight. And there's a beautiful walkway leading straight into the chapel here. And this is exactly where I walked down the aisle to get married in front of the chapel all those years ago. I had my guests on the left and the right of us, and me and Philly were right in front of the chapel with this beautiful view in front of us. Because the chapel is actually really small size that it couldn't fit all our guests inside of it, that is the reason why we held a ceremony here outside in front of the beautiful view. I'll show the chapel another day, but for today I'll give you a little piece of interesting history. Right at the top over there you see a little carving out of stone, and this is actually 3 wolves' heads, which historically is the village where the chateau is located at. It is his symbolic crest, and it's really beautiful as it ties back in here. Now I'm super excited to go on to our second set of gates over here behind me into our front garden, where Philly's going to take over and show you around.
You'd have to get past the resident guard dog first, but come on in. Really? Come on. No wolves allowed. Come on, come on. Here is our husky cross with the Malamute, Lightning, who we adopted at 18 months old. He's still a little bit unruly, as you can tell, but he's a sweet little dog. And he does a good job of guarding this place and keeping us company. Isn't that right? Hey? All right. So we're on an island now. We're through those gates, we're across a bridge, the moat goes all the way round. This is our own little island, and you can see this the best from a bird's eye view, but it's a really nice view back across the lake and everything. In here is the main entrance and what is the dining room. But once upon a time that was the main entrance, because this place was twice the size a long time ago, because that wing was obviously knocked down. In the 1920s, somebody bought the chateau and its entire estate and split it all up to make a profit. One of the things he didn't want to pay was the window tax. So he knocked down half of the chateau to avoid future window tax and used the granite from that half of the chateau to pay for the taxes owed. While we don't have that wing of the chateau anymore, as you can see from the pictures, we do have a lovely sun terrace. I think I'd rather have the other half of the house back, but what can you do in the meantime? This time of year, apart from the fact it's cold, and I can certainly feel it in my hands, it's not the bright and vibrant garden that you get to see in the summer. So let's go inside into what was the original main entrance, which is now our dining room. So from outside you come in to what would have been the middle of the chateau when it's twice the size, before that wing was knocked down. And at that point it was the main entrance, not our dining room. And you would walk straight through from the front garden, all the way through to the back garden, and then off in whichever direction to which wing you were going. It's now used as our dining room because this place is just our home. We don't do weddings, we don't do B&B, we do just our live music events in the summer out in that back garden. And that's the reason why, just like everyone's home, there are things that look slightly out of place because it's used. It's used every day just as a home.
Take these two pieces of gorgeous chateau furniture that I've acquired recently. To be honest, it'll be a while until I get to look at these and do anything with them or even mend them. But when chances come up, I need to buy them, grab them and bring them back to the chateau. So sometimes they are in places where you wouldn't expect and they shouldn't be there, but at least they are here for you to see. And sometimes you'll see random pieces of furniture like this chest freezer right up there in the corner lying around on display. Well, we're always changing things here. We're moving stuff around and changing one furniture for better furniture and getting rid of. So it's ever changing, and sometimes you'll see things in the most random of places until we allocate them or get rid of them. And on the walls on the one side of this room we have this gorgeous dark wood paneling. And on the other wall we've got the beautiful exposed granite stone with the red curtains overlaying. It adds such warmth into this room. And of course a chateau wouldn't be a chateau without its chandeliers. Take a look at this one. It's absolutely beautiful. And its beautiful rosette as well at the top. And if you walk through the room to the end of it, you'll end up going over the bridge, over the moat into our back garden.
It really is magical to be going across bridge and open water to get into your house. But that's the dining room and the old original entrance. This is the next room.
And as you can see, we have many windows here in the chateau. And this is a great example, me standing here next to them in comparison, just how huge they all are. So you know, the next room I'll be heading over there in the right is our TV room, where we spend a lot of time in there with friends. Come along. Welcome to our TV room.
One of the things with this place is it's livable, which lots of these places aren't to begin with, but it's still a complete, total renovation project because it hasn't been decorated in a good 20-25 years. And before that, it was really badly turned into a hotel in the 50s, where the need to make as many rooms as possible and make it quickly into what they wanted to make money meant that they have taken some of the character and done some poor jobs. But it's wonderful in the meantime. And just like this room, there are lots of rooms which look really, really, really quite good, but they can look better, and they will do.
Some of the amazing things in the chateau that we come across is these beautiful real marble fireplaces. I mean, take a look at this. It's just artwork, isn't it? And also we have quite a lot of these huge mirrors up on every level of the chateau. They're just amazing, aren't they? The chateau was originally built in the 1600s and then knocked down and rebuilt in the 1800s during the Napoleon era. And so it is in the Napoleonic style. And another thing which we love here in this room is the beautiful wooden paneling here on these walls. It's completely different from the dining room. The dark wood and gold provide the warmth and the character to this room. However, in future, we have a planned project to change the color scheme here, which would make it even greater than it currently is. We have some really beautiful furniture here in the chateau that we've collected over the years. As I say, when it comes up, we've just got to grab it. And as you can tell, not everything matches, but when I have more time, I'll get round to it and I will make this furniture work together all at once. And this beautiful piece of furniture I have in front of me is the exact look of what we're going for this room. So this is a representation and a small idea of what we want the room to look like. And I picked this up very long time ago. In fact, it was in one of our first vlogs that we ever did. So you can look at that episode 1. But I bought this cheap and I completely transformed this piece to look like it does now. Now it just looks like $1 million. It's brilliant. I absolutely love it. I enhanced it with gold and changed the color. And I even added the top that you see there now, which is red leatherette. And it looks lovely and rich.
So improvements all through this house are constant but often gradual, especially in rooms which are still decent. But this is one that we've made recently in this room. I restored this wood burner from, well, it looked like something that just been dragged out the sea, to be honest. And now it's fitted and working. It's beautiful. I love the chandelier in this room and I really like the ceiling rose. It really, really fits. It really is very pretty and this one gives off so much light. It's wonderful.
Not only is the room beautiful inside, the view outside is also beautiful with the bridge, the lovely back garden filled with nature, and a beautiful fish fountain at the front in the moat itself.
Obviously, with a chateau and just the size of these rooms, it's really difficult to have that personal feel with your own individual items. We're getting there. We're starting to build up our memories in frames and decorating the rooms in such a way that make it a home. But we're not there yet. Let me show you the favourite, certainly my favourite room of the house. Can you guess why it's my favourite room?
I think everybody can guess, yes. It actually used to be a library in here filled full of books. And now, of course, it's a pool room, which is more used than it used to be by us. This is our favorite room because this room has it all. It's got the entertainment, it has the beautiful chandelier, it has lots of character here on the walls with the wooden paneling surround. It's got a really cozy feel, a beautiful another marble fireplace and another huge mirror here in front as well.
So we sounded like heathens when Angelina said all the books had gone, it's no longer a library. We still have a decent collection of books. We do actually like to read. And as it was a library, it still has some of the original features, which was reading tables. And there's a few of these dotted around in these beautiful built-in cabinets. And this is one of the few rooms in the house where you get to see both the front and the back from the same room. So there's the chapel which we showed you at the front of the house, and then the view into the back garden, the moat, the bridge, and all of that prettiness. So through these doors that's the gym, and that used to be the original kitchen to the chateau, which was long since gone. That's on the north corner of the chateau. Through here, this way, we're going to go to the room that's currently in the middle of all the renovation. Now we're in the morning salon, and that is the room which is on the little wing at the front on the right as you look at the front of the house. And this was a really, really big renovation, and it's the one we're currently in the middle of.
Yeah, we started with removing all the vinyl wallpaper that was here from the walls, which then hid some fabric on the walls and some crumbling plaster. We had to redo the plaster, repaint. We're still going through it, but it's transforming beautifully. The view outside the windows is absolutely stunning here too, and it's the most room that receives sunlight here throughout the day.
Yeah, so it's the one room of the entire building which has got 4 windows. It's triple aspect, so it gets a lot of the morning sun, hence it's the morning salon. And to be honest, it's my favourite room in the house.
And quite often you can have the view of the beautiful Swan House, which we have restored last year, I believe, the front garden and all the nature that surrounds us. Some of the things that we have been working and still yet to come are, I'm currently working on adding gold character here into this room.
And I am obviously finishing the last of the coving, which if you can see in this room isn't finished yet. And one of the really interesting bits here is I've got to make some architectural dado rail with some routers myself for the wooden panels here, which I'm really looking forward to now they've arrived. Should be a finishing touch for this room. And then after all of that, there's some surprises to come from Angelina for the walls, which I'm very much looking forward to.
Many of the furniture that we have here have got beautiful carved features all throughout, and that gave me an idea to recreate that on walls, which I've seen in other chateaux. So here's one piece I purchased. This is beautifully matched to some of the angles that I have here in my hand. So you can just imagine this in plaster going up on the wall. Of course, these are 2 angle pieces, and they will look something like this. I also have a much bigger piece like this for going above the door places. So everything is going to look more chateau-y and grand. Now imagine these up on the wall here, creating a beautiful frame inside this wall space in white plaster, contrasting against the beautiful yellow that we painted it in. I can't wait for that to be a reality.
So if you want to follow the renovations of this room, the other rooms, and of course general day-to-day life in a French chateau, and you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do think about hitting the subscribe button below the video and then the bell button so you get notifications when new videos come out. It is completely free. It just means you find out as and when new stuff comes out.
Now let's head upstairs and show some more things, shall we?
Let's go.
Let's go.